Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with Evan Bacic for an interview today. How are you?
Great. How are you, Kathy?
I'm good, thank you. Could we
Good.
start this with you telling us a little bit about you?
Yeah, for sure. So I am Evan Bacic. I've been doing verticals for 19 months. I have led, I believe, 32 verticals. I've done 36 in total. Um, and yeah, I'm an actor in the vertical space, and it's amazing. And I love what I do.
Many of your characters are powerful figures. What draws you to those archetypes?
Wow. What draws me to the archetypes? Well, I mean, it's cool, pretending you're a billionaire. Pretty cool. Uh, what draws me to the archetypes? It's pretty cool to explore like the same archetype, but like a different guy, like a slightly different guy every time. And it's funny because the whole frame is billionaire or like millionaire at least. At least just a very rich guy and he's usually a CEO, right?
Mm.
And even if I am a firefighter or a mafia boss or some sort of other like career, they always combine it with a CEO. So like
Mm.
even when I was a firefighter, I was still a CEO. And even if
Mm.
when I was mafia boss, I've been a mafia boss like four times, and every single time I'm still a CEO who has a bunch of money, but then he also has a gang, and then he like, I'm like these powerful figures that are so like, usually you'd think a CEO is so busy, which they are in real
Mm.
life. You're an actual CEO, you're busy. And if you're also like a firefighter, you're like you have no time for anyone. But somehow these characters have so much time to connect with the girl or to like
Mhm.
to stalk her or to like go save her to like I don't know do what he does in the vertical. It's so hilarious. But that draws me to them, the fun in
Mm.
it, the drama, um just the whole journey of like what we do. It's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Is there a character that you really want to play that you haven't had the chance to do yet?
Yep, a vampire.
Yeah.
Haven't done that, and that's shocking to me. I don't know why I haven't done it. I've asked productions. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm assuming it's going to. It's gotta sometime. I
Yeah.
want to do a
Yeah.
vampire. I want to do some sort of medieval one.
Mm.
So, hopefully, I was just on a like a cowboy feature one. I can't really talk about it that much, but it was like a Wild West one. So that's kind of treading towards Fantasyland, Like these
Yeah.
things are kind of treading in that direction. So hopefully this year maybe I'll do some sort of fantasy one or some sort of like different one than the modern era, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the cowboy one. That would be cool.
It was really cool. I wasn't lead in that one, but it was super cool to be part of and just
Yeah,
to see how they're doing it. And like, it's so different. These things have come along so much since I started in 2024.
they
So
have.
much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they definitely have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Canada's film industry operates quite differently from Hollywood. In what ways has growing and working in that environment shaped your artistic choices?
Um, hmm. How has growing up in Canada shaped my artistic choices?
Yes.
Okay. Probably in a lot of ways that I don't even know about.
Mm,
Because I know as a fact, I'd have to be different if I was in, New York or LA or Atlanta. It'd have to be. But I actually don't really know. Uh, we call ourselves a Hollywood North in Vancouver because again, like I we briefly spoke earlier, Holly, Vancouver has Canada in general has a lot of incentives for American production to film out here. And so we're just so influenced by America, like just American culture in general. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm an American to be honest. I I don't know. I don't really know what's different. with I don't really know how I'd be different if I was in the States, growing up and stuff. We watch American movies. I watched American everything growing up. And again, even if it's Canadian, they just film in Canada, but it's still American. I sound American. We use American accents. Um, like I don't know. I still kind of want to do a role where it's like a full-on Canadian accent. Like, where you're talking like you're from Alberta and, you're drinking maple syrup and all that, like having some beers, like that's a Canadian accent. It's an Albertan accent, we call it. Uh,
Yeah.
but like, you know what? I don't think it's that different than the standard choices, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair. Yep.
my answer.
All right. What's something you now prioritize on set that you didn't earlier in your career?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh. Well, I've come a long way. I've got a routine going. So, something I prioritize on set. Um, I would say, oh, that's a very interesting thing. Like prioritize, I don't really know. I just know that I've like locked in a routine from like kind of making mistakes like early in my career or like just
Mm,
showing up to set like kind of unprepared, right?
yeah.
So like I've fixed all those things now and like they're just kind of ingrained in my subconscious. And so it's like showing up to set on an empty stomach, no, I don't do that. I always have breakfast before, and then
Yeah.
I always bring a coffee on the way, and then I'll have a new one there, and then brush my teeth there, go in the makeup chair. I do my lines before the scene, and then I'm just always like super prepared. Um, I can't really identify some sort of like big thing that's super different from when I started. I can say what I don't prioritize going to
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I first did my first vertical, I printed out all the sides before going to the day. And I would highlight them like the night before and read the whole scenes and like dissect everything and then like try to get it all memorized. And that's like an hour and a half every single night before you're going to set. And then like I lose an hour and a half sleep when I don't have to because I am the type of guy like I need to still do the whole scene before I do the scene.
Yeah.
And I can memorize pretty quick. So I never, unless it's a huge scene, I never memorize lines before the day. I never practice. I show up and then while I'm in the makeup chair, that's when I'm looking at my scenes, when I'm getting my wardrobe on or something, like I like multitask. So I do not prioritize printing out sides anymore, highlighting, like I don't even print out the script. I just do it
Yeah.
all on my phone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is so much more effective for me. Uh, and I live about an hour from Vancouver. So I
Mm.
actually I mean, and there's a city, it's called Richmond. Do you have a Richmond in Australia?
We do. It's in Melbourne. Yes.
Okay,
Well,
so
yeah. Victoria. Yeah.
so Richmond here in BC, um, it's that's where a lot of the sets happen, right? And it's basically like Richmond is a very Chinese dense population. Like you go and like some areas, it's just like all the restaurants like are just like Chinese named. Like it kind of I don't know. If you drive around long enough in Richmond, it's like, oh wow, it's like it's so different than just Vancouver, just being out of Richmond. And so that's again because these are like Chinese productions, a lot of them,
Yeah.
right? A lot of the people in the production companies are Chinese. And so I drive to Richmond a lot, and that's still an hour from me.
Yeah.
So an hour and a half every single night is so precious,
Yeah.
like driving home an hour. I need to go to sleep right away. I need to like kind of eat and then go to sleep in order to like get enough sleep to operate the next day and to drive an hour back to set, do my thing, do the whole 12-hour day. Sometimes it's a 14-hour day. It can get up to 16 hours. I've done a 20-hour day once, but
Ooh,
I didn't do the whole 20 hours, but
yeah.
the days can get crazy, as I'm sure you've heard. And so
Yes.
like printing out sides before the night. It's just wastes so much time in my opinion. But I know that
Mm,
people, I know some actors like and actresses, they'll print out the whole script and then they got like their sticky notes and then they got like writing notes on it and like they whole and then they like memorize before the day before they go to set and it's just like holy smokes, man. I have my notes and everything on the PDF file. So I just you literally get on my phone. But everyone has their style. So that's my long answer to what I don't prioritize.
So
Um,
everybody, I've heard some people say that printing them out is their way to do it. That's what they prefer, and
yeah,
yours is the phone. I guess, like you said,
yeah,
everybody has their own way of doing it. But I think,
yeah.
I mean, the phone's all good, but I guess again, you'd have to remember to make sure that your phone is fully charged,
Oh
and
yeah,
you've got all these other things as well. So if you've got them on paper, I guess it's always there. But
yeah.
again, it's a kind of personal choice. So yeah,
Totally it is. I mean, even if my phone's about to die, there's someone at set with a charger.
yeah, yeah,
And I can definitely use it. But I don't know. I have actually right here. This is if you can see, this is like my charger, and so it's a
yeah.
stand. It's a portable. I have two of these. I bring it
Love
to
that.
set, and so oh yeah, my phone is just like always at 100%, ready to go. Um, and yeah, and I even like a lot of the characters, they have a phone as a prop. So
Mm,
she used my own phone, and like I always have it like on the scene. So if it's like
mm,
because it's annoying, like if you are doing a scene and then you are in a like picture this, you're in a room filming a scene and the cameras and the crew is like surrounding you in that room and like sometimes a lot of the times the doorway is blocked by them. And so if
mm,
you like forget your lines, you quickly need to check like what you say in this one line or what you do in the scene, but your script is outside, then like
yeah.
there's no way like unless you bring your paper in the paper is kind of harder to hide on set than your phone is. My
Mm,
phone is just my phone. Like I literally stuff it in the couch on the couch or like in the drawer in the table and desk or like just in my suit pocket. And so if I need to check my line, I just pull it out, check my line, good to go. I find it so much more convenient than paper for very numerous reasons. But yeah, that's just how I've trained myself. Like I've done this so repetitively, and if
yeah.
I was like these other actors that did it with paper, then I'd be just like them. So yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has their way.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
guess like because sometimes they change the scenes on you too. You don't always shoot them the way that you think that you're going to, so it's good to have it on
that's right.
hand
Yeah, I
for
know that
those
happens
unexpected
so
things too.
that happens so much, and like because you printed out the paper, you literally used a
Mm,
piece of paper, and you wrote your own notes on that piece of paper. You did so much effort, and then just for them to like change it on the day or on the scene you're filming it, they're like, "Hey, by the way," and they show you their iPad because they have their iPad and they change it on their
yeah.
thing, and then you're like, "Damn, like I just printed this all out. Now you're changing it on me." So
Yeah.
you can make more adjustments with your PDF. Um,
Mm,
screenshots, all that stuff.
yeah. Okay. Um, has there been an opportunity that didn't look important at first, but ended up having a major impact to your growth as an actor?
Mm. You know what? These verticals were there. That was a big thing. So many people thought this was small. So many people thought
Yeah.
this was, these are just, they're going nowhere. And I'm joining the union. I don't need to be in these, like,
Hmm.
screw these. And then, Lord, next thing you know, man, it's just like these are the thing. Everyone's trying
Yeah.
to get into these. Union people are trying to get into these. I don't know if have you interviewed much Canadian actors that do them out here?
I've done a few. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a few. I think this Alicia, who my first interview,
Oh, this is
she's
your first interview.
yeah. No, so yeah, she was
Alicia,
my first interview. I think she's from Vancouver. So
yeah. Yeah, I love
yeah.
her. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
She's like leading the industry kind of here.
Yeah,
She's done a lot for verticals out here. But
she's lovely.
anyway, has she told you about the union here? Because the union in Canada is different than the one in the States. So
Yes. So
yeah,
I know
so
that she's running some kind of I forgot what
she
it's
is.
called.
She
Yeah, but
it's
she's
called
doing something.
VFSSA,
That's the one. Yes.
but it's not a
Yeah.
union.
No, it's
It's
just
not a union.
it's not a union, but she's trying to help people that aren't
That's right.
in like a union. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a support group. It's like just to connect everybody, even including the union. So she'll connect
Mm,
union reps to directors, to producers, to companies, to actors.
yeah,
So yeah, they're like, and it's amazing what they did. They're really filling in a gap that is
yeah.
needed. But uh, the union here is called UBCP slash ACTRA, and in the States it's called SAG after. Uh, and so like people here, if you're in the union, there's no option. Like if you're in SAG, you can like pay money or something to become a dual, like you can do non-union projects and you can do union projects.
Hmm.
In Canada, that is impossible. You can't do that. So
Oh,
my fiance, Haley, is a
hmm.
union actress, and but she was like forced in because if you get enough credits, you like have to join, right?
Oh,
If
okay.
you do, she did four uh union productions. She got hired for four of them. Once you get the fourth one, you're like in or out. Like they give you an ultimatum. You can't do both now. If you do three, you can still do both. If you do two, you can still do both. But as soon as you hit four, and so Haley, even though she was very successful in these verticals with me and stuff, she stopped. She had to stop because the union, like she just they stopped her. Um, and it sucked because again, like, the whole thing, union actors are trying to do these things. But yeah, so if you're union, you can. And then I was gonna use that to answer the question. What was the question there?
It's okay. An opportunity that didn't seem important at first.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just talking about yeah, yeah. So I know other actors that just willingly join the union with their third
Yeah.
credit because they didn't believe in the verticals.
Yeah.
They thought it was gonna just wash away. But no, it didn't. Anyway, so something small though that's like that ended up being a big matter. I don't really know something else. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's my answer to that question.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
So quick question about that.
yeah,
Are you able to, if you're in the union in Canada and you
yeah.
want to start doing other things, can you leave and then go back, or is that just a final thing?
Uh, yes, but you have to pay a lot of money, and
Um,
you have to have like a good reputation. Like
mm,
yes and no,
yeah,
yes and no. So yeah, Haley could leave and she would make the union mad and then
yeah,
she would be doing verticals and then she would her reputation, I don't know if it'd be good or bad, uh
yeah.
and then yeah, and then eventually she could probably twist someone's rubber arm and pay enough money to get
Mm,
back in, but it's not worth it.
no,
It's very difficult.
no. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, thank you for explaining that because I had no idea about that at all. So there you
Hmm.
go. All right. What advice do people give you often that you don't necessarily agree with?
I mean, printing out the scripts is one of them.
Yeah.
uh ooh, I think man, I'm trying to think of some sort of acting skill that I don't necessarily agree with. Um, I think one of them is yeah, I don't know, here's one. I mean, everyone has a different acting style, and we have different things we think about to perform on screen. So some people have told me when you're doing the scene, think about what you look like on the movie screen, and then like you'll look so much better. And then I try that in the scene, but then like I'm like suddenly I'm just so focused on like myself that like
Mm,
I can't, I like, oh, I forget a line or I stutter or something. Maybe that's like a small thing. Maybe that's one thing I don't agree with. Um, although it's super important, you got like I do obviously know beats and facial expressions to perform to come across camera. Like I know those things, but I don't actively like process them during the scene. Uh, some advice I don't agree with. Um, I don't know. I honestly, oh, I think yeah, once I got told to be careful about lifting weights and working out because to not get typecast. And
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
agree with that. I do like for me, just for me, because that's a whole other can of worms, but like people have different genetics, and so I'm
Mhm.
a skinny guy. Like if I stop lifting weights, I will turn into like a stick, and I
Mm.
stop eating and stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, like it is super difficult. Like I would need to probably take steroids to get typecast as like a big guy, like to get up to like if they just typecast me, because if you're like a huge guy, yeah, you're gonna be like a body, or sorry, you're gonna be like a bodyguard role,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna be like some sort of like that. Um, for skinnier guys with skinnier builds, I don't think we need to worry about that. For verticals, I'm talking about verticals only. I'm not talking about movies, maybe movies,
Yeah.
whatever. Obviously, if someone paid me to do a role where I got to look skinnier and like it was a lot of money, I would probably twist my arm, and be like, okay, fine, whatever, for a bit. But like, I
Yeah.
hate that. Like, I still as a natural weightlifter, I just don't agree with like not with being careful with how much I work out. I really am trying my hardest to get bigger, and that is
Yeah.
like still like I still look average in a big t-shirt, I'm not filling out a huge suit or something. So I'm not affecting my roles as like a CEO or lead vertical actor. I'm helping that actually. I'm helping my ability to perform those roles better because of the way I train. Now, if you have insane genetics, like you're like The Rock, and you like maybe you would have to start being worry about how much you work out, maybe,
Mm.
because then you're gonna get really big. But I don't know. There's some other like lead actors I know that do these that are pretty big. I think Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Shearer,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
he's pretty big, right? But he would like I don't know. I see him fulfilling like the bodyguard role, but he's not. He's literally like
Mm.
lead guy. Like he's still doing these CEO roles and stuff. So he's a really good
Yeah.
example of not worrying about your muscle size, I guess. If you have
I've
the
heard so many mixed opinions about typecasting anyway. I mean, I personally think it's wrong to be typecast just by what you look like. I think
mm,
a lead role can be given to anybody with like it should be given to anybody. It should be about the acting, not just what you look like. But again, I know that, you know, the general public like to see certain
yeah,
types of people. Um,
totally.
Yeah. But I know that some people like I was speaking to Anthony. Oh, his last name's excluding me at the moment, but I was talking to him and he gets typecast a lot into like mafia roles and things like that. But he's like, even though I'm typecast, I'm still working. So
Hmm.
like he's like just he doesn't mind being typecast. He said that he doesn't feel
Yeah,
like he would fit into like a romantic role and that he's happy doing that type of thing. So I guess it depends on the
yeah,
person whether they're happy to be typecast like that or not.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. No, 100%. I mean, I'm trying to think of a perfect example. You could, if you look like I wouldn't cast if you're doing a movie or a vertical about a bodybuilder, like he's the lead guy, you're not going to cast a skinny guy, right?
Yeah, no.
Because that wouldn't make sense. So yeah, looks do go with typecasting. I 100% understand it. And
Mm,
yeah, I mean, I think being happy with it is good, definitely. But obviously there's people who want to escape it. Like people want to
yeah.
escape like, oh, I just and so maybe I don't know. I mean, depending on what you could look like, maybe you could change the way you look to escape your typecast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's up
Mm,
to I don't know. Yeah, it's up to the individual, I
yeah.
suppose.
Absolutely. All right. What do you find most rewarding about working on set?
Oh, so much. Like be just making a living off my job is just like a blessing. It is so I can't even describe it in words. It's just so like I don't take it for granted. I don't want everyone to take it for granted. Um, even if something stopped me tomorrow, I'd be so grateful for the 19 months I had doing that full
Mm,
time. because it is just like I'm going to work and getting paid to to be around lovely people and to work with amazing co-stars and meet new people and talk to new people. Um, and especially if you're a lead, like they treat you pretty well, right? They treat you
Yeah.
amazing. Like if you're walking outside and it's raining, the AD has an umbrella and they're like walking with you and and then they're like, okay, you warm enough? Are you warm? And they're like almost babying you. And it's like
Wow.
sometimes it gets too much, but it's like I'm never gonna take that for granted. I'm never gonna be
Mm.
oh, that's so horrible. Oh, I had such a hard day at work. Never, never. Even if it's 14 hours, even if it's 16 hours, I'm so grateful that I get to make money and make a living with what I do, but also just to do what I do without the money. So
Yeah.
meet these people, laugh on set, have amazing lunches, um, social media, uh, all these things. So much,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
It's a privilege. Like even though
Yeah,
you work together, it's a privilege. So
it is.
yeah.
It is.
Hmm. Okay. Which acting skill has taken you the longest to get comfortable with?
Okay. Um, probably doing the silly stereotypical things in verticals. So you gotta I don't know, you gotta say the most ridiculous line with a straight face and mean it.
Yeah.
And though
Yeah.
that is so because every time I have to do that, I have to make fun of it first before I do it because I have to laugh at first. I have to get the
Yeah.
giggles out so that I can perform it. Because it's just so funny. I mean, especially when we started doing these and it was 2024 and the camera guys were new, the ADs were new, the crew members were new, and they're just hearing me say something like, yeah, your body is mine, Vesta Brown, and all these soapy things. They're super soapy
Hmm.
or and then yeah, you can't laugh and you have to take it seriously. It's so serious. And so that was I'm honored that I got to use that as a skill
Hmm.
because that's a vertical thing. Actors that do big movies, where they doing realistic characters, they don't really do that. They don't really
Hmm.
have this like they obviously I'm sure they're capable of it, but it's doing saying cheesy things every day is kind of a skill. Um, Another one I'd say is crying, getting
Yeah.
getting teary on set. Although I did successfully do that in my first vertical I ever did. And ever since, I've never really I'm kind of one of those guys where if you put me in it, I'm gonna find a way to do it. It needs to be necessary for me to perform my best,
Hmm.
weirdly. Um, and so crying, although that's it's just kind of I see actresses do this all the time, like it's
Hmm.
nothing. They just get tears out like they're saying hi. And I'm
Hmm.
like, how are you doing that? I can't believe it. I need to have some sort of connection with the scene. And then when you're crying, it's like that feeling in the back of your eyes.
Yeah.
And then that feeling, I almost take it, once it's there, I can grab it and I can move it. But it's hard to get it there. I need
Yeah.
to spawn that feeling first, and then I can kind of roll it down the hill and get all those tears going.
Mm.
So saying cheesy things, doing cheesy things, like the scenes where the guy, the CEO, he walks in the room and they got to do all these good shots of him, his watch and his you
Hmm.
got to have the face, the Chad face, and it's so
Hmm.
cheesy, but it's
Yeah.
it's I never expected to have that skill, but it's a skill you got to do with these things.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay.
yeah.
Which character has challenged you the most so far?
Uh, oh my gosh. I would probably say I played a character named Enzo Moretti once. So it was called Kiss Me, Kill Me.
Hmm.
I did it with Elsa Amies. She's amazing. She's from LA. And it was like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith like spy one, and I was like a mafia boss CEO, and she's like some hired assassin or something. I can't remember. But I had to sing in a scene.
Oh,
Now,
yep.
I ain't a singer, okay? I ain't a singer, and I had to do it. And I mean, I'm not like horrible, but like I just I don't have confidence. That's like a
Mhm.
skill I need to develop. I need to go to singing classes. I need to do that, but I haven't. And so I had to just wing it. I just had to, do it in the scene. And everyone I apologized to the sound guy. I was like, "Are your ears bleeding?" No. Okay, good. Uh that one pushed me
Hmm.
for the singing scene, but I did it and they used my voice in it. Like it wasn't horrible, it was usable, and so they put it in. Uh, um, what else has really challenged me? I almost need to I almost want to like go in my list. I have a list on my notes on my phone of all the verticals I've done.
Hmm.
Uh, um,
While you're doing that, I think singing lessons are also great for like even learning breath control, things like that.
yes,
Big, big factor.
yes. I
Mm.
need to learn breath control and like just how to breathe.
Mm.
And everything like breathing in a set, like breathing if you're going to cry, breathing if you're going to sing, breathing if you're going to
Yeah.
yell. I've hurt my voice because the first day of one show, it was a mafia one, I had to scream and cry at the same time, off rip, right in the morning, while
Oh.
holding her in my arms. I'm like holding her and she's like dead. And so I just like gave it my all and I performed pretty well in that scene, but like
Mm.
it cost my voice because I didn't warm up my vocal cords.
Yeah.
I don't know how to breathe. Yep. No, you're right. I need to do that. I just briefly checked my list and I mean, I can't really see something that really sticks out. I would say the singing one was that one pushed me a lot, but oh, I did it hasn't come out yet. It's called The Love Visa, and it's I had to do a British accent.
Okay.
So that was really cool. I loved doing that, and I was
Yeah.
super excited. And I actually surprised everyone on set that's because they were like, I don't know if Evan can do it. I don't know. And then I did it. And then when you're in a British accent for like 12 hours a day, after the whole day, you're going back home and you can't stop using the accent.
Yeah.
It's a weird
Yeah.
cycle.
My
That's
nana
it.
is from England, so when she was alive and I went to visit her quite often, I'd be having the English accent, and then I'd come home and it would still be there,
It's
like
so
for
yeah.
days.
They're like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And they're like, what, why are you talking like that? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
funny.
funny. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see that one too.
Yeah,
All
whenever it
right.
comes out, I did it like
Yeah.
so long ago
Sorry.
now. But
Who's that one with?
it's with I have it written down. Love is with Sarah Sheehan.
Mhm.
She's really cool. She's not like I don't think she does leads that often, but she's amazing. She's so talented.
Mm.
But it hasn't come out yet. I did it like last May,
Oh,
super
okay.
long ago. I don't even
Yeah,
know
that's a
if
long
it's
one.
coming out. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a long wait.
yeah,
They're normally quite, yeah, okay. All
yeah.
right. What's a part of acting that audiences rarely notice,
Oh,
but other actors would immediately recognize?
how I would say how someone delivers their lines,
Hmm.
especially if it's good acting. Like good acting makes you think they're the character. Like,
Mm.
they're given a simple line like they're supposed to say, "Hi, how you doing?" But then they notice that the other character is doing something wrong, and he's like, "Oh wait, here, let me help you with that." So I remember when I was first doing this thing, like it's I'm reading the line, "Hi, how are you doing?" And then I gotta obviously show on my face I noticed the thing, and oh, let me help you with that. And in the real movies, it's like someone comes in, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And oh, here, let me help you with that real quick, and then they say it so casually. So like I'd say tones of delivery because they're so just like in real life, you don't think about how you just said, "Hi, how are you? Let me help you with this."
Yeah. Yeah.
But as an actor, you have to ask yourself, how am I going to deliver this line? And
Mm.
you need the director's help to do that sometimes. Like if it's a
Yeah.
beat, you gotta get across because you gotta say it like the way you say a line has to match your character's motivation, what he thinks
Mm.
about himself, what he thinks about the other person, and what he thinks about what's actually happening. Like you gotta
Yeah.
tick all those boxes with how you say each line. And so, you know, and so that I would say that is something that is
Yeah.
probably the biggest thing.
That would highly depend on the context of the scene because that would change depending on what
Yeah.
else is happening in that scene every time, I assume.
Yeah, no, like everything the character's taking in. Yeah, you're so right. And so that's something like so when I'm watching a movie now and we have subtitles on, I like I see the line and then I like imagine that line that's being said on a piece of paper. And I'm like, I would have said that line differently, but this actor just
Mm.
said it so beautifully and just so effortlessly. And it's like, I'm like, damn, I need to like get that skill. Like I need to be able to say these things like effortlessly and realistically. And but again, verticals are just a different type of acting than
Mm.
like mainstream acting, I would say.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
noticed that a lot of like shows and things with different languages rely solely on emotion, on facial expressions to get a lot like across what they want to say as well. Like in scenes like that where they're not speaking English, they're speaking in a different language, but they have to use those facial expressions to get that across as well.
Are you talking about a scene where it's like a Spanish person or
Oh yeah,
something?
like well, I've been watching Heated Rivalry, so like he's Russian, like he speaks Russian, but
Yeah.
he has this big monologue in Russian, but you can just
Oh,
tell by his facial expressions that it's a sad scene, even if you didn't understand what he was saying.
right. And then,
Yeah,
but I'm assuming in Heated Rivalry they have automatic, like even if you're not using
they do.
subtitles, they still have subtitles, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, 100%. Like I didn't even think about that. Like if you're in an English movie and you have to
Mm,
speak another language, you totally have to
yeah,
get it across more than you would in a Russian movie doing a Russian language. You're gonna
yeah.
probably tone down. You're gonna make it a little more realistic, I guess, with your facial expressions because so a lot of times realistic means subtle
Yes.
because in real life we're like if I get super disappointed, I don't like mow
Yeah.
my face, but like if you're super disappointed in a scene, you definitely gotta like do something with your face.
You have to show it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to all the time. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then this is another hard thing. If you have to show that you're trying to hide it, you have to show that.
Mm,
So like you
yes.
can't just hide it. You have to show you're hiding it, and
Yeah. Those
that's
things are very subtle, like
oh
tiny.
yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
I've gotten feedback from directors where I like didn't even try to communicate an emotion and somehow I communicated it, and they were like, "I love what you did there, Evan. That was amazing." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I didn't even know what I
Don't
did, but
ask me to
thank you
do it
so
again
much."
because I don't know what I did.
Exactly, but again, that's also living in the scene.
Mm,
as soon as you're living in the scene and you're talking with your co-star and you got your lines down, and so you're fully communicating and believing in, you can kind of show it naturally without thinking about it. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, what's something about acting you wish more people understood?
Mm, uh, holy smokes, man. Holy smokes. I don't know. Um, people like a lot of people know how hard it is, I guess. Like if you're doing an like a super emotionally freaking crazy scene, like how taxing you can be. Like I feel like some people they kind of think of acting as like, oh, like you're so lucky, man. Like you got it so easy every day on set. You just got it so easy. And again, like I said earlier, how grateful I am to doing it because I
Mhm.
know I'd rather be on set in a warm, than raking leaves outside. But some people just don't get how difficult it can be. But I don't want to say that like, oh, we have such a hard job because we are lucky. But I'd say for particular roles, I'd say so for roles, I don't know. I like to use the Joker as Joaquin Phoenix as an example. Like he kind of destroyed his mental health doing that role, like and that take you have to address that. You have to address all the energy and all of the emotional maybe damage you did to yourself being the
Yeah.
damn Joker. And then people say, "Oh, well, he's got millions of dollars and he's on set every day and no one should feel bad for him." I'm not saying
Mm.
people should feel bad for him, but just like addressing that, like acknowledging the fact that he did something hard and
Yeah.
he earned what he got, and that's it. You don't have to feel
Yeah.
bad for him. You don't have to like worship him, but like just like I don't know, just have more. Some people maybe more acknowledgement for high, heavily emotional, taxing roles. Um, you know, uh, I don't know. I'd say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Um, a lot of people need to understand that, even if they've got, like you said, millions of dollars, or even if, they're big actors, they still put a lot of work into what they do. And
Mhm.
it is very emotionally taxing, especially on scenes like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
That's so yeah,
absolutely.
that's exactly it.
Yeah, I agree. All right. What role has taught you the most?
Oh, I love these questions.
Thank you.
Um, uh, I wonder what I gotta. I mean, I've been the villain a few times,
Mhm.
and I mean, this is kind of cliche, but like the villain always has some sort of trauma behind what he does. He always has some sort of like something bad happened to him first, and then so the villain is not completely like if you understand a villain, then like you can see why he does certain things. Although obviously, especially in verticals, they're not justified, right? Like
Yeah.
verticals, the villains go so over the top. It's not even funny. Like
Mhm.
it's just and so like um uh you know, I don't know. I mean, the role that's taught me the most, I that's pretty hard to answer as well. I feel like I need to do more roles.
Yep. We want you
Yeah.
to do more roles. So,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, well, thank you. Thank you very much. We got more coming, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. How do you make similar roles feel unique?
I I would say the co-star is one of them.
Mhm.
I bounce off my co-stars like what their energy and how they're playing their character. So each, I'm doing the same CEO, like let's say I'm just doing a CEO billionaire and then I'm doing another CEO billionaire, but each billionaire has a different co-star. That
Mhm.
co-star makes a difference in how I perform a lot of the times. And how she plays her character it makes it different. And but then also there's other things, like if I'm a CEO, but then I'm a CEO mafia boss, I'm definitely going to be more mysterious, more dark, more aggressive, more dominant, even with a
Mhm.
mafia role, even though they're the same CEO. But like CEO billionaire to CEO billionaire, how do I make that different? I like to read how they like what their lines are. So I read the whole
Mhm.
script, and then after you read a whole script, you kind of get like how like characters say lines. If they want to say hi, how are you? Sometimes a character says, "Hey, how you doing?" and that
Mm,
gives them a more of a different role. And maybe they say things like maybe they say simple things in different ways, and you can kind of just make a subtle twist in how they act. If they say lines more casually, you do that. If they say lines more professionally, you do that. If
mm,
they're a little more closed off, you just do that. And so I just really play with what I got. Yeah, because again, as you know, a lot of these characters, like these character descriptions are the same. Like CEO,
yeah.
like what is it? Reserved, emotionally damaged for something that happened a long time ago. They don't give love that easily. They're
Mm,
like, they're just so stoic and so, alpha. And I don't know, just so you throw something in there. And then
yeah.
directors like that too. Directors like it when you throw something in and
Yep.
you say, hey, you know what? My character really likes pencils and like will always just have a pencil in their hand in the office, like always,
Yep.
And then other times, other
I've
characters,
always got the pen.
there we go. Yeah. So
Yep.
that's it, right? Just like that, just something.
Yep.
That's my answer.
Cool. Yep. All right. If you could go back and relive one single day of your career, which day would you pick?
Oh, oh my gosh. I've had so many good days on set. Like,
Yeah.
there's this one show where I was so lucky because they were filming at this one mansion for like 8 days straight, and it was like 2 hours from my house. And so it was funny. I was literally like late for the first 4 days because like traffic and just like getting up and like, like, because you work 12 hours and you drive 2 hours, work 12 hours, you go back, you were up for 16 hours by the time you park your car and you're so
Mm,
tired. And by the third day of doing that, you're like, it's hard to roll out of bed sometimes. So they were like, just sleep here, man. Just sleep here the rest of your shoot, man. And I was like,
mm,
yo, awesome. Let's like say less. And so I would say one of those days, like it was at this beautiful mansion. It was with the best cast ever. It was like,
mm,
I mean, I've had, every cast is the best cast ever, but I don't know, these guys were just awesome. And so sleeping on set at this beautiful mansion, I I literally got my own sauna, my own steam room, my own shower, my own room, and it was just like I was sleeping on set, and I had breakfast and I had dinner and I had lunch and I had snacks and all throughout the day, and it was just perfect. It was just like, oh my gosh, that was like living in luxury. I would probably redo
mm.
those 4 days if I could.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's just been so many other days I would want to relive. Man. I'd say that one though. That one's probably top.
The fact
Yeah.
that you could just go straight to sleep would have been so good.
Straight to sleep.
Yeah.
And then there's one of those things too. It's like you're kind of like, damn, everyone's driving home, but here I am. I'm done set, and I just walk downstairs, and then I can
Yeah.
relax, and I can eat, and I don't have to worry about like not getting enough sleep. Like that's a huge
Mm.
thing on set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say that. I'd say
I
that.
mean, I know this is different, but I just went and spent 4 days at a hotel with my kids, and it was so different for me. I didn't have to cook. I didn't have to do washing. I didn't have to clean.
Oh,
You had, the staff come in and make your beds for you, so you come back to a clean
oh
room.
my
It was
God.
all just unrealistic to my life. It just felt like a dream for 4 days. So
Wow.
I kind of get it. I
Was
kind of get
that
it.
were you on vacation or something?
Yeah, it was just in the city from where I am now, but it was just
Oh,
4 days of just, and it had the pool, so the kids got to go
oh
swimming every
yeah.
day, and
Nice.
it was just different to my normal life where I get up and,
Yeah.
do the mum things. I didn't have to do
Yeah.
them as much, and it was just
Yeah.
bliss for 4 days. So,
Perfect.
and
That's
now we're back to
perfect.
reality. Back to
That's
reality.
perfect. Well, I mean, you know what? Like, and to enjoy every reality you have, it's kind of good. I mean, you think about people who like, let's say every single day you didn't have to make your bed, you didn't have to do like mom things, then
Mm,
you wouldn't appreciate it anymore. I
absolutely.
mean, I kind of like that. Like, so you
Yeah.
kind of got to have something that makes you realize how good you have it because we're human
Hmm.
beings. We can just forget.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
So just add to the list more hotel stays per year. Just,
More hotel stays per year. Yeah, you'll
Yep.
always appreciate that. I mean,
Yes,
even if
yeah,
you're doing it every
absolutely.
2 months, yeah.
Oh God, no, that becomes expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, win the
All right,
lottery.
I've
Why
got
not?
one last question for you.
Okay.
If someone took away one part of this conversation and applied it, what part should it be?
Um, and applied it.
Yep.
Okay. Uh, hmm. That oh wow. Damn. I don't know. I didn't really teach a specific thing, but if you're just to take one thing from here, then I'd say stay tuned for the rest of the year. We got lots more coming.
Mhm.
We got lots more of me coming down this year. So I'd just say that everything, yeah, I don't know, everything you asked about me, it's so cool to like show a bit more of myself and show a bit more of my personality, without having a script, without having some cheesy lines to say.
Hmm.
I'd say that, just me.
Always keep your phone on backup, even if you print your script.
Yeah. Buy these things if you're freaking,
Yes.
yeah, buy these things. You need your phone for your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having this interview with me. I really
Uh,
appreciate it.
I really appreciate it too, Kathy. Thank you so much for this interview. You ask really deep questions, and I have to take a
Thank
second,
you.
but thank you.
That's okay. I like it when you take a second because it means you really have to think about it. So,
Yeah, no, they're
yeah.
very insightful. So yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a good day and I'll speak to you again very soon.
Thank you very much, Kathy. You as well. Speak to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye bye.